Okay, so we've been moving through the system. You know, we've talked about, you know, step 1, which is mindset. We've looked at step 2, which is funding. Step 3, site finding. Step 4, appraisal. We've just spoke about step 5, which is planning. We're now into step 6, which is a really important step, and that's construction. So we are sitting on one of our developments, and this is a commercial conversion. So Jay, this is really your bag.
Absolutely, yeah.
Could you talk us through, you know, some of the key points to be thinking about and implementing when it comes to this vital step, step 6 construction?
All right, let's assume that we don't have a contractor that we trust and we work with for any project. So the best thing to do is obviously get a feel of how many contractors out there that could do the job potentially. So what you do initially is do a pre-qualification questionnaire. What do you have in that questionnaire? So you have a detailed information to find out detailed information from them, such as what's the biggest project that they have worked on, is it similar to the one you have done, what subcontractors do they use for projects, the books, you know, for the last 3 years, how long they've been in business, etc., etc. So for this particular project, we send that to 10, right? And we got all the information back. We sat down, went through all of them, and we decided to shortlist 5, okay? Once we had those 5, we decided to give them all the information that we had at the time, i.e. all the construction drawings from the architects, structural engineers, mechanical engineers, etc. was sent to them, and also a schedule of the works and the program of works. We got the prices back for 5 of them, and we analysed more in detail the experience, again, you know, have they delivered on time, have they delivered on budget, etc., etc., and obviously the cost, okay? So once we hold those 5 back, we interview a few of them and shortlisted 2 contractors. Once we shortlisted the 2 and went more into detail or about previous projects, we went to visit a few of these projects as well, see the quality, did they deliver on time, did they deliver on budget, because the last thing you want to do is have a contractor that price you very low and then they send you a lot of variations, right? So then you end up paying triple, sometimes double the cost.
So just talk, what is a variation?
So what happens is, let's say you have your project ready to go and then you got construction drawings, okay? Sometimes during the process of the construction you need to make modifications, okay? So let's say a wall that this meant to be here goes there, then the contractor will start billing you for SLO. It wasn't in the drawings and being, asking for extra money there, and trying to take advantage basically. So that's important. So we went back, we pick up 2 contractors, sat down with them, and the other important thing is also who you want to work with, right? This is a learn for ourselves as a journey, isn't it? You need to find out whether the contractor is passionate enough. You know, the people that are hungry for it. Do you know what I mean? You can tell that. When we had the interview with the 2 last contractors, the MD came to us and said, look, I want to grow a long-term relationship with you. You know, this is one of many. And you can see the passion. You can see that the guys were driven, you know. So even though they were not the cheapest, we decided to go for them. And we were right, I think. Pick out the right contractor. Also, I scrutinized thoroughly the subcontractors. The reason being is usually it goes like this. So you've got the main contractor at the top, and they got all their old packages for every single project. So let's say you have the foundations, then you have the main structure, and then you have the fit out. So for every single package, they have a subcontractor, but they're only as good as the subcontractors. So what happens is that sometimes you use contractors that are really low in quality, they don't deliver on time, and then you end up suffering. Okay, so I went up and when I sat with him and I said, how long have you been using your subcontractors for? And he said 5, 10 years. And some of them and in-house as well, so people that work directly for them. Yeah. So that reduces your risk immensely as well. Having and scrutinizing and sometimes having a say on what subcontractors they want to use helps a lot. I tell you what, because in a previous project that we used in the past, we were able to bring subcontractors for the piling packages, and they were third of the cost. and then we reduce your costs as well. So that is so key and so important.
Okay, so a couple of questions just to wrap this up. So what are the different types of packages that you can do with a main contractor? Because you've got, the first option is design and build.
Yeah.
So briefly, what is design and build?
Okay, so in a nutshell, you've got different procurement strategies, they're called. So you've got, one is design and build, where you have a sort of, let's say, a sketch of what you want to build, and then you give that to a main contractor to finish it off. So you have different stages on you, let's say, your plan of works, or REBA plan of works, and at that stage sometimes it's not detailed designed, but you're making the contractor liable for that design. So what happens is then the architect and the other designers get novated to that contractor, and it's his responsibility to deliver on time. It's usually, that usually happens mostly in London. London has obviously a lot of challenges.
And also maybe bigger developments.
Developments.
This is not a design and build.
Absolutely,
here,
yeah.
That's an option.
Absolutely.
What's the second option?
So the second option that we have is obviously traditional way, where you as a developer, you employ your design team, and that design team delivers a construction drawings for a contractor to build. Okay, so that's what you do. So basically, but you're still liable for the design, right? If the design is not on time, the contractor could be for it. So it's pros and cons, but a lot cheaper because the contractor obviously not taking that risk,
and
therefore not billing you for it. Okay.
Cool, good. So there's a couple of options there, which is really important. And what type of contract have we used with the main contractor on this? Because that's really important.
Absolutely. Being the project that was very simple in this case, we decided to go traditional. So we appointed all the design team ourselves, and we appointed the contractor separately, but it worked beautifully. We went.
Is it JCT contracts?
JCT conditions of contracts. And then there is a person that's quite important under that, which is the architect, which is called the project administrator.
We use the architect.
We use the architect to do, although as also the CDM coordinator, we use the architect for.
Brilliant. So great, thanks for that, Jay. You can now start to see how easy it is and simple to follow our property freedom formula. You've just got to have the right people in the right places doing the right roles and you overseeing it. That's how simple it is. So that's great. Thanks for that, Jay. We'll see you in the next video. It's all about the exit. Thanks.
All the best.